in David Boyle and I'm quitting alcohol. So I got a lot done today. I went back to Suresh Tailor. It's been a fucking year since I got my shirts and my suits and that made there. Good to see Suresh again. Before that, I went to get some fabric, some Italian cotton, some Indian cotton, some fancy patterns, some crazy colors. I've kept it a little more low-key than it was last time because, to be fair, last time I went a little too wild and I still haven't worn 3 of the shirts that I got made. I've tried them on and I'm like, in what fucking setting can I wear this? Even to my own shows, I didn't have the balls to wear a few of these shirts. So I'm like, I'll fucking take it back a notch. I'll go with some Boyle colors, some stock standards, some light blues, some dark blues, some greens. Throw a little bit of red in there as well, some stripes, some dots. There's a black shirt too. It doesn't really matter that much what I get because Suresh Tailor knows how to hug my body. I went in there. He was so happy to see me. I was so happy to see him. I was like, thanks for the shirt, Suri. They've been amazing. I need some more. He's like, no problem. He's like, I'll take your measurements again. I'm like, I think that's a good idea, Suri, because I think I've put on a little bit of weight since then. And then he started taking my measurements. My arm length, still the same. Not a problem there. Shoulders, still the same. Chest, still the same. Under my arm to my waist, still the same. Then he went around the belly. He's like, ooh. He's like, ooh, we need to change this. I'm like, what happened? What's happened over the last year? He's like, it's an inch bigger. I'm like, fucking hell. It's not even since I got to India. I lost weight for the first 2 weeks. And now for the last 2 weeks, I've put on weight. I'm a fat fuck right now. It's flabby as fuck under here. So I've got an extra inch of belly, which I was sort of expecting because I had a big fucking meal as well before I went at Nagarjuna. It's this Andhra-style Indian fucking restaurant and it's so nice. I've been wanting to go there since I got here. It's like, it's fucking good. They do this Andhra-style chili chicken. It's fucking off its head. It's so spicy as well. Andhra-style is Andhra Pradesh. It's a state. It's the next state over and they do their own like style of Indian food and it's all spicy. And to be honest, it's probably the best style of Indian food. I fucking love it. So we went there and then straight to Suresh Tailor's and I was really stretching out Suresh's fucking tape. So an extra inch on my belly, which is to be expected. I've been eating like shit the last 2 weeks and I've only been to the gym once. I went last Thursday. So that was all right. And then he took the tape measure to my neck and he's like, ooh, your neck's fat. You've got a real fat neck. I'm like, is it my neck? He's like, yeah, it's 1 inch bigger. He's like, your neck's got real fat. I'm like, all right, ease up, Suresh. Just ease right up. You're not a dietitian. You're a fucking tailor, all right? An extra inch on my neck. I've put on the same amount of circumference on my neck as my belly. That doesn't make sense. And he's like, yeah, your neck has got fat. He said it like 16 times. I've got a fat neck. The first 14 times I made some jokes with it. I'm like, yeah, I've been eating a lot of fucking biryani and shit. The last couple of times I'm like, all right, that's enough. That's enough of that. But I plan on losing weight when I get home. So I don't know if the extra inch is going to be fucking needed. But I do tend to fluctuate a lot. So that extra inch is probably going to help. It doesn't matter if the shirts are a little bit loose, but you don't want them too tight. You don't want the rolls of your fat neck spilling over your collar. I don't know what Suresh Tailor was talking about. He was busting his buttons. They were fucking about to ping off. If he wasn't such a master tailor, those buttons would have popped right off and fucking injured someone walking past. So my shirts should be delivered 2 days before I leave. I got to go back in for a fitting. I'll probably need an extra inch by the time I get a fitting as well because I'm going to a fucking wedding tomorrow. That's going to be all day. All day in Kolar. Kolar is pretty fucking sweet though. It's like this small little town. When I say small, it's got like 1 million people there, but it's like a small town. It is a smallish, but there's shitloads of people there. It's an hour out of Bangalore. It's where my wife's dad is from. My father-in-law's family all lives there. It's this guy's wedding, Kishore. When I had my wedding, Kishore was he was around the whole time. He was just helping everyone out. He was hanging out with my friends. Everyone loved Kishore. All my mates, all my friends loved Kishore. He even tried to bang my cousin. My cousin was into it. She also listens. She was into it, but I think he was pushing more for marriage. And my cousin was like, this guy's a hottie. But he's just a small town guy. I don't think he finished high school. He's just fucking salt of the earth. So it's his wedding tomorrow. So we're going there early in the morning, getting back late at night. And then he's meant to have something the next day that starts at 4:30 a.m. I'm like, fuck that. Even though he was there for every second of every minute of every day of my wedding, I'm like, nah, no way. I'm not going that early. So that's tomorrow, the wedding, another Indian wedding. That should be fun. And yeah, that will fucking do for today. If you're enjoying the podcast, give it a share around, and I'll see you the fuck later.